relationship doesn't have to be toxic to validate your feelings of wanting to leave. Think of it this way. If he's a good guy, he deserves to be happy.
Don't speak negativity onto me. I'm not troubled. You're troubled.
High school class reunions were created by narcissistic people.
Am I the only one whose narcissistic parent would show up to every single event I was ever involved in?
I think you might be the narcissist.
What? He's older than my father.
Pakistani parents won't accept him because he's black. Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
Your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce? You're not a bad person. So don't let guilt get the best of you. Relationship doesn't have to be toxic to validate your feelings of wanting to leave. Think of it this way. If he's a good guy, he deserves to be happy. That means he deserves to be with somebody who values him and wants him just the way he is. It may not see it like this right now, but you're doing both of you a favor.
Did you hear this? Did you hear this woman doing witchcraft? This is witchcraft on the minds, man. I'm telling you, y'all. It is. You're doing both of you a favor by leaving him because he's a good guy, because he's going to get somebody he wants. She said that about her husband. She divorced her husband the same exact way.
Underweight and she's not unhealthy. But you want to know what is unhealthy? That I keep setting a boundary with you that you keep crossing. Why, if somebody asks you, don't say this thing, why is that the one thing you want to say? Why will you keep coming to me? She needs to eat solid. She needs to eat solid. Is she malnourished? Does she look unhealthy to you? She is fed. She is healthy. She eats more than everybody in this house. Breast milk.
She's talking about her daughter.
Milk is more fattening, more healthy than anything that we eat. When she's ready to eat, I feed her. She has eaten multiple things. I'm not going to force food down her throat so that she can have an unhealthy relationship with food. And I'm also not going to keep asking you to keep my boundaries. There are things in your life that you would not like to talk about. There's things that trigger you that you would not want somebody to bring up to you. I wouldn't cross that line with you. So why do you keep doing that? Why?
You wouldn't cross this line.
I don't know. I don't know and I don't care. But the point is, respect my boundary, please. Because then you get mad. It doesn't take yelling. But have you noticed since I've been here, the only time I get like this is when you do that. When you sit up here and you try to tell me how to parent the daughter that I literally pushed out of my womb and that you did not care to check in on for 6 months, and you're telling me the phone works both ways. I am your child and she is your grandchild. Why does your grandchild, who can't even operate a telephone, have to call to speak to her grandmother? That sounds very childish. And you think I'm going to call to make you call to check in on your granddaughter? That's childish. The same way my own father is expecting me to pick up phone when I was younger to be chasing after him. My daughter will never, I'm telling you right now, my daughter will never in her life chase after your love or anybody else's. For 6 months, you know my phone number. I didn't block your number. Your number was never blocked. For 6 months, you chose not to call me. You chose not to check in on your granddaughter for 6 months. And now you're telling me the phone works both ways. And then you dare throw in my face, why did I call you? Because you would have much rather me stay in a place where I was being emotionally and physically abused than to call my mother. And like I said, honestly, it was a thought of mine to have rather been homeless if it wasn't for my sister. And that says a lot.
You know, I know you are troubled.
I'm not troubled. You're troubled. I speak that back to you. Back to the sender. Back to the sender.
Oh, she's West Indian. Woo! This is trauma. It says narcissistic mother and daughter after years of abuse, the hurt, pain, and trauma of a daughter. And the reason why it's hitting hard now, I don't think she may not be. But what if she's going through a smidget of a postpartum? Could you imagine? As soon as you hear something, a mother say something crazy like that, that's all it takes.
You are troubled.
I'm not troubled. Back to the sender. You're the one that's troubled. God is going to put it back to you. I'm healed. God is going to put it back to you. Don't speak negativity onto me. I'm not troubled. You're troubled. God is going to put it back to you. Don't speak negativity on me. God is going to put it back to you. God is going to keep putting it back to you. Every negative word you speak against me is coming back to you.
Man, yeah, the mother's doing that. This is crazy. I gotta call her how I see it. She comes across like a good woman, and the mother, man, I don't know why West Indian parents, not all do it, but do this though. They do it, and you're always doing something wrong. My son even went through it too. His grandmother would feed him. He talked about it today. He said he liked the milk. She would feed him like some kind of chocolate milk, and she kept saying he wasn't fat enough. My son is healthy. He's slim. That's what makes him healthy. She wants to see him walking around being a fat boy. Why does everybody think fat is healthy? I'm happy my son is slim. I was young and slim. His mother was young and slim. Everybody's supposed to be young and slim nowadays. Everywhere, even in the Philippines, especially in the Philippines. You see little kids walking around fat, eating a bunch of chocolate, cakes and cookies, and glitter, a lot of glitter. Stop it.
If you are a really good person and you were bullied in high school, and 10, 20 years later, you're wondering if you should go to your high school class reunion, don't go, and here's why. High school class reunions were created by narcissistic people.
Can't listen to this anymore.
So think back to high school, all the toxic people that bullied you, the jocks, the cheerleaders, the rich snobby kids, all the popular cliques of kids. Speed it up 20 years later and see what they're doing with their lives right now. I can guarantee you those very same toxic, abusive, narcissistic kids from high school, they either went to prison, a lot of them are out of shape and they gained a lot of weight, a lot of them did not end up with their dream jobs, they might have gotten their college degrees and married, they're miserable, okay? They're miserable in their marriages, their lives did not pan out the way that they had hoped. So they get to be nosy and in your business when you go to the high school class reunion to make sure you're not doing better than they are.
Yeah, but if you're doing great, you definitely want to go back. If that's the case, right? And a guy has a chip or a girl has a chip now, and you're doing great. You're rich now. Could you imagine? Yeah, I'm going back to my high school reunion. Walk up in there like George Jefferson. But the way she said they're narcissistic, she almost died. She said, "Yeah, they want you to go. They're narcissistic people who created high school reunions." I'm thinking like, man, maybe that's why I laugh. Like, maybe, but I don't think so. I doubt it. Stop it. Get some help. That lady, that's the same woman that had a lot to say about Passport Bros. Am I listening to anything she's saying?
Am I the only one whose narcissistic parent would show up to every single event I was ever involved in? Like, you do not have to attend every one. It was very much that taking me out of school for lunch, sort of picking me up and dropping me off everywhere I went energy, where on the surface, it seems very convenient.
I can't listen to this anymore. I gotta get out of here.
Am I hearing this right?
Very thoughtful even, but it's a pattern of controlling behavior, I think, for narcissistic parents.
You are so brave. If more people like you came forward, maybe one day, parents will be less loving and supportive.
About damn time. It's about damn time.
And less narcissistic. I mean, my narcissistic piece of parents were super supportive of me too. My father would come, take me to football games. Yeah, my narcissistic mother used to always pack me lunch. Slaving away in the kitchen, making delicious Italian home-cooked meals. Turns out she was just being controlling. My parents should have been charging me rent. Dude, nobody can quite mind bend hardships like white women. Nobody can, concoct adversity better. Doctor Strange in the Mind Palace, building castles to protect themselves from feeling privileged. You know what I mean? Truly a mental gymnast. A world-class gold medalist mental gymnast. Simone Biles in the mental gym. Just on the balance beam, on the tumbling board. I hate to break it to you. I think You might be the narcissist. Maybe we should hit our kids, huh?
My point exactly.
Maybe Adrian Peterson was right.
Yeah, I think so. I think kids need discipline, but wow, she said you shouldn't have been there at every game. I'll tell you this, right? I'm so happy my father was around. I'm so happy that they would show up on my games sometimes. Not every game. I'm talking about I had track meets. I was in a football team or nothing like that. And I say out of if I had 20, 30 meets during the year, they would show up to maybe 2. That's great. I was excited. I had my mother in the stand scream my name, Jay! And you turn around and they get that picture of you waving. Classic. Would never complain about it.
You're telling me Dennis Quaid, 69 years old, a 70-year-old man, for the conversation, is married to a 30-year-old? He was 40 years old when his wife was born.
Congratulations to her, right? She got someone that's secure, confident in his abilities, because he's figured out life. That's why she got with him. But women like you see everything. That's an ick. He's so old. He is old. It is an ick to most women. To some guys too. But do I see it all the time over here. I'm kind of used to it. I don't see it as an ick. I see it as men has no choice. If a man wants some sort of purity, you gotta go young.
What? He's older than my father, and I am her age.
We do not care.
Are men okay? Imagine being 40 years old and your wife has just been born and you're gonna marry her in 30 years. You're weird. We gotta stop normalizing this. Age gaps, first of all, like age gaps like this amount, they tell me that the men in those relationships lack maturity. But I'm sorry, men dating women the age that could be their daughter, maybe granddaughter. How is this normalized? I was watching a Dennis Quaid film the other day on Netflix, and I googled, who is Dennis Quaid married to? It's his 4th wife. But people covered their wedding. Quaid, 69, Laura Savoy, 30 over here. People talking about this like it's no big deal. I don't know. No 30-year-old in their right mind wants to be kissing up on a 70-year-old.
Why by yourself?
No, that's cap. There's so many women that age that have gray fever. I don't know if it's daddy issues. Could be a little bit of daddy issues. Could be a little bit of wanting some sort of authority or wanting more maturity. But they love it. How are you like this such thing as fetishes? What if she has a fetish for it? You don't know. Yeah, come here, you little old wrinkly man. You know, who knows? Maybe she likes that.
Studies that indicate that you are right in your suspicions that the husband is a hater. When women did well on a social or academic intelligence task, their male romantic partner's self-esteems took a hit. And it didn't matter if they were in direct competition or not. The man doesn't actually need to do the task to feel this. They automatically feel a lower sense of self-esteem when their female partner does well. This didn't work the other way around. Women's self-esteems in these tasks had no correlation with whether their partner did well or badly. Another caveat, romantic partners doing well didn't affect men's explicit self-esteem, that is, how they discuss themselves outwardly or consider themselves when they're talking about themselves. However, it did affect significantly their implicit subconscious self-esteem, how quickly they associated themselves subconsciously with words such as good or bad. The partners don't even need to be there or doing the same thing or even be there at the same time. If you asked men to recall a memory of their significant other doing something successful or being good at something, the self-esteem hit still hits. Just imagining a time when their partner has been successful is enough for them to automatically take an implicit self-esteem hit. There was no significant effects for women in the same way, although when women thought about the time that their partner succeeded, they would be more likely to feel good about the relationship. There was no effect of that on men.
I totally understand this. This is correct. Of course, she looked at the study, but I've always known this. When women are doing better than men are naturally miserable. And you know what's wild? Women celebrate that nowadays. Think about it. Look how many women go on TikTok. Man, I need to find some clips. It has to be unlimited. saying, "Oh, these guys are miserable. Look at them. These guys." And what's happening right now in society? What's happening? Who are the most successful right now? Ding, ding, ding. The woman, right? So, are men hating on those women? Like directly? No. But so men, even though they're not partners, right? So what it's affecting is it's affecting the overall society. So overall, think about it. A man doesn't have to be with you. Men are seeing it. They're seeing it all over social media, right? Those same now, I want men to realize. So men that aren't getting women, they're looking at it like, wait a minute. So you can go out and get your degree, do whatever you want as a man, right? Go get it. Or work hard, work double shifts, triple shifts, whatever you have to do to be up one over woman. But they're getting all jobs. As a man, though, you gotta get creative. You gotta say, you know what? I need to step outside of myself and see what else I can do to make things happen. It's gotten that deep. Now men have to do that. And men have to say, you know, I'm gonna go out there and go get it and do whatever it takes to make it happen. To make myself at a plus. Right? It's to the point. Women say, "Oh yeah, I want a guy making 100,000." Don't make that 100,000 to please women. That's what women try to do. Yeah, go make that 100,000 so you can please me. As a man, we got to be men saying, you know, I'm gonna make 200,000, and I'm not trying to please anybody. I'm trying to please and feed myself. But hey, this is facts, and they still hating. They're hating that guy's upset and left to the slaughter, like a pig to slaughter. It says, I've been with my partner for over a year. And my Pakistani parents won't accept him because he's black. The struggles of being raised in a conservative South Asian Muslim household where you're told who you can and can't love sucks, but I'm doing me anyway. This is happening more and more and more. You're seeing women stepping out and saying, F you, mom. I don't mean y'all couldn't help it. F you, mom. F you, dad. I want a black man. He makes me happy. And God seems cool. He don't seem like a degenerate, right? Why can't they step out and get it? Well, you know how that the culture is, you know, to get a man that has this. I get it. I respect how they move, especially how the Indians move, because they're at the top of the top. It's not about the money. It's about what they believe in and what they get done, right? Because they're getting it done. But they get it done too, and I respect it. But I understand a woman too. They want to step outside and see what else is out because they want real love. These women want real, true love. And she's probably in America. She said, I'm going to get what I want. And what do a lot of women want? They want Brahman. They want Bachman. Brahman. And they're going to get it. Because these women realize it's definitely more to life than dealing with anything that's not that. See you next video.
This is the way.
Passport, bro. Passport. No.
So he's come.